preparing to work the middle section of the kata. That's that complicated 5-beat pattern that you might recall having seen when the kata was performed. We actually call this the 5-beat pattern, but we also refer to it as the flow drill, then as the flow drill with 1 stick, and then as the flow drill with 2 sticks. So when you learn this, you'll have to learn this in 3 stages to get to the point where you're able to execute it in the kata with confidence. The first stage is empty hand. Now remember, before we start demonstrating this with empty hand, that the flow drill is a 5-beat pattern. So there's 5 movements before it repeats. Okay, so I'm going to ask Sensei Chris to assist me at this point. Over here, sir. And we're positioned on each other, practicing empty hand. This is actually a very nice sticky hands kind of movement, because it develops great hand positioning and reaction, and after you master it and have a chance to practice it, it's a great synthesized fight. Okay, he comes with the first move. 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, he hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to give you different perspectives of this. So we'll begin circling around so you can see it from different perspectives. Sensei Chris starts a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you step back, sir? What you need to do now is turn off your tape or put it on pause just for a few minutes and see if you can recreate this from memory with your partner. Okay, assuming you've had a chance to do that, we'll recommence to the next step of the lesson. We want to make sure you're clear on what the strikes are. So for example, if I'm the starting attacker, if I'm Torei, and Sensei Chris is the defender, Uke, my first attack is a shuto straight over the top. 1. He blocks with the sunrise block, it comes in from the side, shuto to my neck, and I meet him halfway and stop him. Okay, I cut through, go for the short rib as he does the double down block. Comes in with the spear hand to my solar plexus. I block and then I back fist. Okay, that's what the moves are. Okay, he comes over the top. 1. Straight down attack. I go for the neck. 2. He goes for the short rib. 3. I go for the heart. 4. He back fist. 5. Okay. We disengage. I go for the top, the head. He goes for the neck. I go for the short rib. He goes for the heart. I go for the head with a back fist attack. Okay, he goes for the head. I go for the neck. He goes for the short rib. I go for the heart. And he back fist. Okay, executing this sequence just in a casual movement kind of orientation, developing the skills a little bit. You can do it with us. As we're doing this on the video, you and your partner can work it in the background. Use us for reference. Ready? Victoria, 1. Right? Good. Now, after you acquire some confidence with that, go to step 2 of learning the sequence of the flow drill, which is the flow drill with a single weapon in hand. And we'll start that segment in just a few seconds. mate. Okay, you were just observing Sensei Ralph and Sensei Chris executing the flow drill with a single stick at moderate speed. Now, what they were doing was exactly the same hand sequence that you were practicing just a moment ago, but with the Arnis stick in hand. Now, that adds a whole new dimension to the flow drill, but it also makes it a lot more fun to do because there's a beat to it and you can really see how it works to adequately defend you when you're dealing with a complex movement situation. So let's just let them continue in slow motion with the moves of the flow drill, Sensei Ralph being Tori executing first. And just observe how this relates to what you were working on just a few minutes ago. Now when they begin the next cycle, I will institute my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Won't you go ahead and join in at home? Just as they continue the motion, go ahead and pick up your sticks, get your partner off the seat, and see if you guys can use these two as models as you follow along. If it helps, I'll count out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gentlemen, young mate. Now we're going to have Sensei Ralph just relate for you, the viewer, what the 5 strikes are, so that you can attach this to what you were working on empty-handed just a segment previously. Sensei Ralph, if you do the number 1 strike, down to the head. Sensei Chris, his block is across or up. He does a rainbow block. Now he has to respond with his number 1, which is to the side of Sensei Ralph's head. That's actually the second beat in the pattern. Sensei Ralph meets it, mirroring the attack, and then he executes with a 3rd technique, which is to the short ribs. Sensei Chris executes the 4th beat, which is a poke to the chest or solar plexus. Sensei Ralph blocks, executes the 5th beat, which is a strike to the side of the head, with Sensei Chris doing a number 4 block. Now as Sensei Chris comes out of the number 4 block, he begins with a number 1 strike from his side of the pattern. Okay, Sensei Ralph does the number 2 strike. Number 3 strike is Sensei Chris to the short ribs. Number 4 is now Sensei Ralph to the solar plexus. And number 5 is Sensei Chris to the side of the head. And then the pattern continues from there. Go ahead, gentlemen, just pick it up. Now observe as they can work from this pattern into a free-form, more aggressive pattern. Of course, you can see why safety glasses are a requisite in virtually everything that we do with Arnis. Gentlemen, young mate.